Hi, this is the library team. I'm Mrs. Arriaga, and I'm going to show you how you can use GarageBand. So I'm going to go to my dock, and I see GarageBand here. The icon is a guitar. If you do not have GarageBand in your dock, you can always search for it in the Search Spotlight feature by typing in GarageBand. I'm going to actually look for it in the dock, and then I'm going to access it by clicking on the icon in the dock. And I'm going to click on Podcast, and I'm going to select Choose. And this new project is selected, highlighted over here, which is what you'd like, and I'm going to hit Choose. And I'm going to name this 2014 Podcast, and I'm going to click Create. So now I see I have GarageBand open. I have my different podcast tracks. So I'm going to choose female voice, and I'm going to click on the red button to record. So I'm going to click on record. This is a recording. Welcome, class of 2014. To stop it, I'm going to click the blue button. Now I can pull this back, and I can hit the space bar to play it.
This is a recording. Welcome, class of 2014. To stop it, I'm going to click the blue button.
So now I know that I have a recording. If, for example, you do not like this recording, you can just highlight it and delete, and it will go away. And I'm just going to create another test recording so we can move on with the instruction. This is a test recording. I click blue to stop. Now I have the recording that I like. So I would like to export it to share with others. So I'm going to click on Share, and then I'm going to send the podcast to iTunes. So I'm going to click the first one. And now I can change the name if I want. It's fine that it's going to go into my playlist. I am the artist, so I'm going to leave it there. I am the composer, and I'm going to call this Libraries Album. Now, you want to make sure that the file is compressed using the MP3 encoder. So the audio settings should be set to the default, which is musical podcast. And now I'll hit share. And I'm going to continue. And the podcast is exporting to iTunes. So now I'm in iTunes. This is a test recording. I click, and it's automatically playing my podcast. This is a test recording. I click, and that I know is the one. I have several different ones. So I know that this is the podcast that I would like to drag to my desktop. So I'm going to pull this up, and I'm going to drag this just like that to my desktop. And now I have it on my desktop right here. So I can then open up iChat, and I can send it to anyone here. So I'm going to send it to Mrs. Stanton. So I'm just going to drag it into iChat and click return. And that podcast was just sent to Mrs. Stanton. And that's how you create a podcast and how you share with your teacher. And this presentation was brought to you by the library team.